We banging tables, y'all. What's good, man? Shy Money is in the building.
What's good? Yo, Shy, first thing, man, why don't you give us a little background on how you gravitated over to this music industry, man?
I mean, just being from Queens, man, you walk down them streets. I mean, going to school, going to the park, walking across Hollis Avenue, you see Jam Master Jay run them, seeing them big old Benzes and shit. I had enough influence just for me to want to be in this game, you know what I mean? All the dudes that came from around my way that I just used to see driving up and down the street and all the fancy cars, hearing the music, being in the parks. I mean, we live it. It's New York. It's Queens, you know what I mean?
That's what's up. That's
it's
what's
the
up.
influence of the streets.
Yo, let me ask you something, man. How you get started in the business?
I got started. I put myself in an internship when I was in college. I was at NYU. I went to Def Jam, right where we at right now.
Oh, yeah.
I was in marketing, so I went to interning, and then it took me that, man. You know, a lot of people be like, I want to get in, but don't want to do nothing for free or say that they was an intern. They feel like they're a little sunny when they do that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I was an intern. Look at me now, my nigga.
That's
So, you know, you read Puffy's story, all those stories and shit, and it makes sense. Even with me, I was in the streets, and I said, you know what, let me go to college, see if I could find, a way out of this shit. And that shit, college got me into Def Jam, man. I couldn't get into the building without being a college student. So technically, I went to college just to go get in here. And I got in here and started, being on a street team, doing whatever I had to do to get my name known and be around the artists. And next thing you know, just in my hood, I was working with everybody in Queens that rap. If anybody was rap, whether they was signed or unsigned, I was producing for them. And with that, my name was starting to grow outside of my little area of Queens, all the way to Queensbridge, where there's a lot of rappers cracking, and Cormega. I seen him. I gave him a beat CD. Back then it was beat tapes. And he picked Angel Dust. And when he picked Angel Dust, everybody was like, who did this? Who did this? Yo, the intern right there, down in Julie's office. Word? Shy Money was born, you know what I mean? And then I met up with Jam Master Jay in the building. I had some bragging rights. Yo, Jay, I did that Cormega joint. You heard that shit? He's like, word, you did that? I said, yeah, my nigga, I'm from the hood too, nigga. He took me in, man. Jay took me in. And after Jay took me in, that shit was all I needed, man. That was the illest mentor you could ever ask for.
That's what's up. When you started doing your production, because now you're doing your VP thing, what equipment were you using?
I tell you, man, I only had one equipment up until, recently. It was an MPC 3000. And when I was trying to get my equipment first, I had dudes give me some broken shit. Shit couldn't work, couldn't do nothing with it. Or you make the little Casio beats where it's like 2 seconds of sampling time. So you just got a drum and a sample.
I remember those.
Or you do the tape thing. So I did a whole bunch of things.
Yeah.
Or I went to studios and just played records and had drum loops and just said, yo, sample, like loop that part. And then had the drums. And, but I started, my first equipment that I owned was an MPC. I had to go to jail to get that. Straight up. Oh, yeah.
That's from G Unit to here. How did you get the opportunity to be Def Jam VP?
Whatever they said. I made some money. I had did some shit with Jive. Give me a little check. Came home, showed my mom. I was about 24 years old. She said, what? Oh, shit. You get in the house. Get out the house now. All right. I had my kids, Shorty living with me in the house.
Yeah.
So she made me buy a crib. I went and bought a crib in Long Island. And then son got shot, and he in Pennsylvania. I said, yo, my nigga, I'm out the hood now. Like, I ain't in Queens no more. Come to my crib. Nigga, ain't nobody knowing where I'm at right now. We could tell what's flying UFOs around here. Like, you could tell.
Yeah.
So he came one day down from PA. He had all the soldiers with him, vests on, guns, all that. Checked the scenes. He was feeling it. He said, all right, he looked around. He said, all right, cool. He stayed for one day, came back the next day. After that nigga stayed in my crib for a year and a half, like 2 years straight. And we recorded the whole Get Rich, all the mixtapes, everything in my basement. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
And with son, that was me and him, man. We built something from the basement, from where he came from in the streets and where we was coming from in Queens, to these big buildings. You know what I mean? And with that, there's not a lot of people with that story. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people can say, oh, I did this and did that, but my story is real. Like, we really branded shit and really took some shit where we was selling sneakers, clothes, fucking records, all that shit. And with that, it catches the attention of people, the moguls that's in this. So LA was paying attention to what was that. A lot of people confused my role and what I did. So now I gotta talk it so niggas know. There's other players involved. Chris Lighty was involved. It was just us three. And a lot of my shit was the foot groundwork that got it to the point where it needed to be so son could do what he's doing now. and that's what got on LA's eyes. He seen that and he knew who can I go to get that? Who can I get the streets with? Who can I get that know how to build a nigga from the bottom all the way through? Not just the music. It's more than the music is important, but it's more things that come along with it. And he's seen that.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, yo, he asked me what I was doing. Told him, managing, doing a producer thing. He said, are you free? Like, anything holding you back? I said, I mean, the right check would keep me going. What you want? And he said he wanted to fuck with me, and I said, let's do it. And the lawyer made it happen.
That's what's up.
Banging tables in the building. Shot Money Excel. Chain on the bike. No bike move without a chain. You heard me? Now, bang them tables, man. Don't come with them whack-ass beats, man. Y'all niggas need to get y'all game up. Make sure y'all focus. Get on top of the technology, man. Fuck with the Native Instruments machine. All that, the Reason, all that Logic. You know what I mean? Get with all of that. It's now accessible for cheap. You know what I mean? So before, when things was like $4 or $5 grand, man, it's just like $600 right now, man. So if you can't get that up, you need to kill yourself, man. Straight up. So
No
get
doubt.
that going, man. Keep hip-hop going, man. All right?